Hello, and welcome to the Anything and Everything podcast, episode number 11, I
12.
believe. Is it 12?
Or 13. There's 11 on the playlist.
There's 11 on the playlist.
One of them is deleted.
So it's episode 11, because the 11th episode is the 3.5. So it's episode 11.
11,
the
12.
11th is
We've done this for a while.
So the 11th, or the 10th episode is deleted, because I'm trying to upload them manually now.
Yeah.
And it was too long for that channel, because it was not verified yet.
Oh, great.
So I have to re-upload that. But man, it killed my internet when I tried to upload that one. Like, literally, my internet came to a halt.
I'm pretty sure the podcasts are just hard to upload.
They are. Yeah.
These are probably the longest things we're going to have.
Right.
Because Alan and the new series you guys are doing with the car,
Yes.
which I saw you guys filmed.
Yes.
Jelly.
It's fun.
I can imagine. I need to get on there
We'll try to. I mean, because JP will have JP will have drill and stuff. So we talk about we'll have to find some fill-ins. So I imagine if you're in town, we got our friend Billy. He'd probably be down. Or literally anybody within our cast of crew. We could
cast of crew.
Cast of crew. So yeah, that started. It's funny though, because we ran everything through the laptop, audio and visual.
Yeah.
And we started. The laptop was at 100%. We got maybe we got 45 minutes into it. Laptop died.
Great.
And I'd seen it was on 5%, so I was like, hey guys, it's dying. We need to cut this off. And then I was like, well, we can still record with just the audio interface. We can still just record, just make an audio podcast for the rest of the time. Get another hour in.
Yeah.
And then we maybe got 15 minutes, and it probably just cut our audio off because it was full on the SD card.
Great.
So it was it's a real shit show. We're not picking up audio again, I don't think. No, we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't see things moving. Okay. Yeah, but so it's a real shit show. But also our audio levels are horribly uneven.
Great.
So Alan is very loud. JP is actually a decent volume, and I'm very quiet. And so we're gonna have to figure all that out as we go along. But it's a good thing.
The teaser episode, I see.
It's an episode 0 is what it is. But yeah, that's fun. I'm glad we started doing that. And we brought up some ideas for other series as we want to do. So now that summer is upon us, we'll have those starting.
Yeah. Is it exam week for you?
Next week is?
No, this week is exam week for me.
So you're done then after this week?
After this week, it's just straight work and whenever I have free time here.
Yep, I'll say after next week I'll have maybe, I want to say, 2-3 weeks of an actual break with work. And then I'll go back into summer or go into classes again for the summer
session.
session.
Yeah, you're doing summer, Rip.
So
maybe
it's like 2 classes. So.
During that couple weeks, then we're gonna have to try to find days where I can come down.
Yeah.
Every Monday I'm free, obviously, hence this podcast.
Good. That's good.
So I can come down earlier, and we can maybe film some skits and stuff with Christian.
I would say
here.
I would say Christian will be on here, so maybe Monday can just be a Car Krash day, and we could even have Christian on the podcast starting then.
Yeah, I'm down.
That'd be fun, especially if we get moving into a new place. Speaking of getting into a new place, got some new toys back here. Patrick and I have started unboxing, but we
put them back for you.
We put them back to get the unboxing experience.
That box is ripped.
Patrick,
I
do like to save boxes.
I'm first. So this is a microphone that Trey got.
So yeah,
if you want to explain everything in detail, because you're
I got a couple condenser mics. Obviously, a couple for Patrick and I right now. They're nice, newer condenser mics.
I know you probably can't see how far the camera is.
And then I got myself a Xenix 802 Behringer.
What, an 808 drum?
A what?
An 808 drum?
I got an 808 drum. So yeah, hopefully for next week I'll have this stuff all set up. We can start using this. I'll probably use it more in my streams as well. Get more professional quality. Honestly, this is what I'm a nerd for anymore. Like I love programming, but this is what I'm a nerd for. It's just this audio setup stuff. I blame theater for that, because when I was in theater, I did a lot of work on the soundboards and lights and stuff for the shows. So that sparked my love for.
When you can't act, can't dance, can't sing, can't
when you
talk,
have
you do all that.
Zero talent when it comes to being the face of the show, you have a lot of talent when it comes to not.
Yeah, this is what it.
Yeah. So I'll get a couple stands for those.
Or just hold it. I mean, this.
That's
we just
that's really uncomfortable.
And then he also bought. If you want to open this.
Well, I just got a couple other cables because
he fucked up with these.
Well, no, those came with the thing. I didn't fuck up with those. Those came with the actual mics. I had to get these. I didn't fuck up. Fuck you.
This reminds me of the thing I had in the studio, kind of.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it's a studio mixer. And then I've got same company. I've got my Euphoria 82 back there. That's my preamp. Oh, so I figure if I get a third mic, we can still use it.
Exactly.
It's obviously only a 2 input.
Oh yeah, we also have that.
And we have this we can use, which isn't great quality, but it works.
For those who don't know, ever since we've had this podcast,
we've been using a real shitty desktop mic just sitting on my floor.
It's something for us to use.
You probably just broke everyone's ears.
Probably did.
Like that's awful quality already, and you just destroyed everybody's ears.
So you're streaming tonight, right?
Yeah, Cub and I are going immediately, well, not immediately, but following this podcast, Cub and I, and maybe Patrick, if I can get stuff set up for him.
I can just log into my account on your thing.
That's what I'm saying, you just log into your account. We're going to be doing a Minecraft You Dead hardcore survival.
I don't think I've ever done hardcore survival stuff.
I did it once in programming.
Oh, good.
Because it was one of those, it was like close to break, so we were playing Minecraft.
I'm probably just gonna hold that the whole
just
time.
For the illusion.
Yeah. To get a feel for it, you know.
Yeah, obviously.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, so I played it in programming, and basically within a half hour of starting the world, everyone died.
Oh, this will be a short stream.
So it'll be a short stream.
Maybe we can set these up for it. If you know what I mean.
Maybe that'd be cool.
Wink.
Stop. Maybe because then I can have you and I in Discord and it won't revert our audio. Yeah, it won't fuck up our audio.
Where did the other cords go? I literally put them.
I don't know. So here's one.
You have it plugged in.
Well, where's the other one?
It's in the box that I'm trying.
It's in the box that I'm trying to open. Ow.
We're not bright here on Car Krash Productions.
That's the other thing. So yeah, we were talking about the.
It's my thumb pop trying to push this mic in.
Talking about the show Alan and I and JP have started. It's called the 100 Mile Show. It's not up yet. We're still working on it, working out some of the kinks.
Good band.
But we will be. I'll be putting out. I'll tweet out the video and Alan's channel that'll be going on. Because that'll go on a different channel separate to everything else.
Oh. I didn't know that.
That's Alan's demand.
So that when he stops doing it, he has all the legal rights to it.
Yeah, basically. And another episode of Life Tips with Trey has gone out last night. Stop. What are you doing?
This is real double fisted.
Double fisted.
When you want to hog all the mics.
Okay, fuck it.
I remember that Life Tips episode after we filmed it.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I mean, I haven't watched it.
Like we said a few times, we recorded these Life Tips 2 or 3 years ago. So a lot of them I've just completely forgotten.
Those, like, it's that one, and it was, I did another one with the swing, and then, where I walk in front of the swing.
Oh!
And then there's the,
Yeah, because we spent a good hour or two at a park here in Findlay.
Yeah, and a lot of those guys, we brought them in maybe halfway through.
Exactly, because they were like, hey, we're free, and we're like, hey,
we're also
come film
free.
with us.
Yeah, we basically told them, hey, come beat the shit out of me on video, is what we told them.
And they showed up like that, because who doesn't want to beat up on this movie?
And that's the thing. I have in those. I've been crediting them, just thanking them for helping, because obviously Patrick has agreed to help and put his name out there. Christian has agreed to help and put his name out there, and Trimble also kind of has he's trained with me before, but the others haven't. So I don't want to, and a lot of them are going into very professional careers. So I don't really want to drag their name into the mud being associated with this channel, but I am grateful for their
Which I'm completely
friendship.
fine with being a music education major, being a band director.
Hey, you know what you know what you got yourself in for.
Yeah, you're right.
You want to grab your keys again for me so I can
hop in my whip?
Man, I just did that.
Live on camera too.
It's not going away.
Live from this bedroom, it's Trey's whip.
So that's business out of the way.
No, there's still more business.
Is there more business? What you got?
With the business, with the channel, we could talk about what the hell.
You can talk about what the hell.
I'm talking about what the hell.
Keep this on there, by the way. So sorry.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's all good.
Yeah, I need an adult.
You are an adult.
An adult.
Apparently, you need a younger adult.
Yeah, I don't know how to get this.
What are you doing? Stop.
There it goes.
You didn't really have to unplug that. Oh, I guess that makes more sense, actually. Well, I was just going to take it off the loop. The loop, brother.
Watch us as we, sexually...
Intimately,
that's the word.
Intimately grab this, this Velcro cable.
With the channel,
Yeah.
For those of you who follow the stream, you should definitely go subscribe to that, because to the not the stream, to the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah.
Because of the fact of the matter, there's only 9 subscribers. Come to find out, and 2 of them are Kate and I.
2 of them are Kate and I. One of them is me.
And I think 1/3
of our subscribers
crew
is the crew.
Yeah,
So be sure, and I'll put that link in this description as well. And it's Car Krash Productions on YouTube. If you're subscribed to me on YouTube, it's in my list of channels that are in my videos. It's there. I'll be sure to link it. But yeah, because that's where a lot of the content for all of us is going to go. I'll still put a lot of my individual stuff on my channel. But even this podcast will get archived on the Car Krash Productions channel.
There's all those episodes of the podcast are up there now, and then all the life tips so far have been up there. And with that, he's done a couple, like one episode of the behind the tip.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
That was a fun little trip to the past, calling Christian a mosquito.
Yeah, I really should have just called that mosquitoes, because that one was predominantly about the fucking mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my favorite part of editing that was, and it's what I sent you guys in Snapchat, was just the yes, I'm a mosquito. I suck blood from people. Christian sucks blood from people. No, you suck the life out of people. And immediately like scratches out Christian sucks the life out of people. I love doing that sort of stuff.
And there's other, like, obviously we talked about the Nerf skit.
Yeah, JP and I had talked about doing like a Nerf documentary, which would be really fun to do, because we're all children with Nerf guns anyway. Hi,
fat dog. And I'm not talking about Trey this time.
But yeah, we're all children with Nerf guns. All of mine are sitting in a box right here, which also, I think it's some of yours.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And some of JP's.
Here, let's go through them. Yeah, let's go through them. Why not?
Because honestly, I don't want to try and lift the box.
Are you weak?
Yes. Hold on, let me get my pillows.
Oh, there was a drink there.
That's alright. Did it spill? Now it's spilling.
Welcome to, let's see how this goes.
Welcome to my messy room. MTV's Messy Cribs.
MTV, my messed up crib.
MTV.
MTV. Movement.
Movement watches.
Movement. Sponsored, please.
Oh my god.
Come on, you got this. You're a big boy.
No, it's just awkward.
Okay, so let's go through. Here's a Yoda looking guy.
Shut the fuck up.
Will you put this on?
No.
Please. Will you
okay.
put this on? Thank you. I was lied to.
I think this was for Shrek the Musical.
Get into my swamp.
So this is my, what is this? Oh, this is the Long Shot CS6. It's a good one. Honestly, that's my Star Wars blaster with some custom stuff on it.
It had one shot in it.
Did it? What'd you?
I got one shot.
Oh, it's like honestly, I gotta do some repairs on these.
There's a stand.
Yeah.
Good old fashioned melee weapon.
I thought I hit you with it.
You almost did.
Good. Yes.
As you can see, we're all children.
We are all children of Jesus.
It's Nerf or nothing.
Yeah, okay, this is getting annoying. I'm gonna do a lot of modifications and upgrades on these. What?
I don't know, just thinking about, I'm gonna upgrade this to the CS7, and it'll have a lot more blaster power, and And a lot
I mean,
more
that's honestly I
power.
want to because they're just so old anyway. That like this is supposed to be a sniper, and it maybe gets like a foot from the barrel before dropping off. That's
I
my
didn't know you could read.
I can't. That's why it's sitting in my box of Nerf guns. I didn't even know what it said. See, these aren't mine.
Those are probably mine.
These clips are yours. I know that.
No,
that's mine. That's mine.
I remember. Mine got confiscated at school.
At Finley or
no? So what happened was I brought a few of the little Nerf guns to where I go to college in my dorm room, and one day I had a bunch of my stuff laid out because the other guy wasn't there, and they happened to move a guy in the one time they like didn't say anything, and I had like a couple candles which you can't have on campus. Like that's a big no-no in the dorms for some fucking reason.
Well, because they're set off the fire alarms.
If you do them wrong. And then Nerf guns you're not allowed to have on campus for some fucking reason. So I had
because they're weapons.
One out of like 3 candles that were out.
That doesn't make sense that they don't let you guys. Because don't you do the same thing VG does with the zombie war?
No clue.
Okay, VG does that. Beginning of the year, it'll be like you're either a zombie or a survivor, and you run around campus with your Nerf guns.
But anyway, so I had
this is why VG sucks.
This Nerf gun. Like the zombie revolver one, which is my favorite one because it's literally like you pull the trigger back.
Pull the trigger, and now you're dead.
My big candle, out of all of my little candles, get confiscated.
Oh, you know, bullet in that, dart in that.
So that got confiscated. They came in and left a note on the thing. Oh, these things were confiscated, and I was like, 1 candle, Nerf gun. I'm like.
I love that they even say Nerf gun. Like it's not possible gun. It's just it's a Nerf gun.
Yeah. And then they left me. I had this gun, which was my favorite, and then a real shitty Nerf gun, and they left me with the shitty one. They probably looked at it like, oh, yeah, this one's a good one. Steal it from the fucker.
Probably.
But yeah, so that happened.
Did it?
Last year. That last year.
I'm holding it by the thing. I mean,
hold it by the trigger.
No, stop calling it a trigger.
Pew. What music have you been listening to this week? Let's get into that segment real quick.
Well, we'll get into that, and then I'll lead into my topic, which involves those sitting right down there.
Ooh, I'll bounce off that one then. Cool.
You probably won't want to bounce off of what I'm about to say.
Oh, we'll find out.
But I've been listening to some. Dealing with those, I've listened to some Iron Maiden. Put both my records in, Number of the Beast and Peace of Mind. Listened to some Paul Simon. And then just some like Squad stuff, so Arctic Monkeys and that kind of stuff. So not Amigo the Devil.
You finally got a life?
I decided I did need to start listening to other things. I do get bored at sometimes, but I mean
bored.
Like, yeah. So
yeah, I put those up there. I've been listening. So one thing I did one day, I was like, okay, I'm curious. I've seen things for this, a couple different things, a couple different places of these 2 separate videos. One of which was, oh god, I'm gonna admit this on camera, was the Taylor Swift Me video thing with Brendan Urie.
Okay.
The main reason I want to watch it is because it's fucking Brendan Urie. Brendan Urie is amazing. He's a beautiful man.
He is a beautiful man.
And so, I watched the video. It's a decent song, but it's a Taylor Swift song, so very much pop and nothing else.
Wait, what is it? That's got why you guys so rude.
That's rude.
Yeah.
You dumbass.
And someday I'll be.
Well, that's more country. I'd rather listen to that than fucking.
That's true. Her new shit.
Most her new shit.
Yeah.
But
when she was country, she was fine.
But yeah, listen to that. Brendan Urie is great in it. It really seems like he had fun with it, so good for him. But it was very interesting. And then the other video I watched was by Little Dicky.
Was it the Earth Day one?
It was the Earth one. Have you seen that one?
I saw that it was Little Dicky and an Earth Day thing, and I'm like, nah, fuck this.
Okay. One other thing with it, I listened to it because I'm like, okay, I'm curious. And it's like pretty much talking to. This whole video and the song is about caring for the Earth, and all the proceeds from like the song being bought and stuff is going into like solar panels and like different like things to help the Earth going.
Help the Earth going.
Help the Earth going. Where are my photos? Because I screenshotted it. I want to play a little game real quick. with it, you know how Little Dicky does different things? Like, he had Freaky Friday with Chris Brown, and then it went to DJ Khaled and then one of the Jenners.
Yeah.
This one had a huge cast in it, and it pretty much goes through different animals, and different artists kind of like sing as that animal. Oh, I'm this, and describe them. And so I want to say the animal. I want you to guess the modern person.
Okay.
So the first one is a baboon.
Great start.
Great start, right?
I don't know.
Justin Bieber.
No.
One of the lines is literally, "My anus is huge." Next one is a zebra.
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 Probably maybe like Cardi B.
Ariana Grande.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Next one's a lion. Lion cub, to be specific.
Lion cub.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously then it's not Queen Bee. She would be the lion. I don't know. I don't know who these people would be.
Halsey.
Oh, okay.
And then it's a cow, and it's a guy named Zach Brown.
Oh, Zach Brown. He's a country singer. Who turned like pop artist.
Mm-hmm. A pig.
Oh. Is this Cardi B?
Brendan Urie. He has one line.
You gotta do him dirty like that.
And it's one line, and he says, "I'm a fat fucking pig." A mushroom is Haley Seinfeld.
Who's that?
You don't know who Haley Seinfeld is?
No.
I can't remember the song she did, but it was a good, a big song.
A big song.
Skunk.
It was a good big song.
Yes, a skunk.
Snoop Dogg.
Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
A marijuana.
So, I would say, so same vein of weed.
Yeah. Here's the next one. A marijuana plant.
Snoop Dogg.
That's Snoop Dogg. Kevin Hart says one line, and it's Kanye West. Like, looks like Kanye West. It goes, and I'm Kanye West.
Oh, I love Kevin Hart.
Vultures. Adam Levine.
Yeah, gives Vertex 52. Hey, how you doing, man? I've never seen you on the channel before, so give us a follow if you like this podcast. We're just talking about music and shit, getting some audio set up. So,
Vultures, Adam Levine.
Oof. Yikes.
Rhinos, Shawn Mendes.
Yikes.
A giraffe, Charlie Puth.
Charlie Puth.
Mm-hmm. A kangaroo, Sia.
Okay.
An elephant. This one you gotta try to guess.
Elephant. This is Cardi B. I'm just gonna guess Cardi B for everything.
Miley Cyrus.
Oof.
One of the weirdest ones that I love so much. A clam.
This is Cardi B.
No. Little John.
Okay.
He literally goes like, "What the fuck? I'm a clam." As
you gotta love Little John. Like he's an idiot, but you have to love him.
Some of the other people that are in it: Rita Ora, Miguel, Katy Perry is a mini horse. Little Yachty is HPV. I'm pretty sure.
Yikes.
Ed Sheeran is a koala. Meghan Trainor's in it. A guy named Joel Embiid. Tory Lanez. Leonardo DiCaprio is in it. And he plays himself. John Legend, Psy from like Gangnam Style.
Yeah, Psy.
Bad Bunny, Chris Wirt, and the Backstreet Boys. So this is a big song that came out.
Okay, I gotta listen to it now.
Yeah, we can listen to it after.
Okay.
I actually really enjoy it. It's a bop.
It's a bop.
As the kids say.
Yeah, that's so stupid. But yeah, so what is it saying? The record thing. So they've been sitting stupidly over there.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what's over there?
What?
A heater.
No.
I've been trying to play them to see what's up. The ones at the front work. That one doesn't work.
This one doesn't?
That one doesn't work. They play, but they're warped, so they sound bad, obviously.
Oh.
But they don't look warped, is the thing. Like, if you look at it,
Let me do this. Or not.
now it's gonna shatter. Yeah, like it doesn't.
It's a little warped.
It's a little bit. But
it's like very flimsy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see it going down.
Yeah, you see it warped. Yeah.
So I'm hoping that like
Pav's
Pav's records aren't bad because I still have his.
Are they in there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know. I'm pissed, honestly, because it's like it's Pav's and it's the ones that I was actually gonna listen to a lot. So and I gotta find a new place for those. And like it's already stupid because my room gets incredibly fucking hot. Like right now, sitting here, I'm sweating. Just there's barely any air flowing through this room at all. So the Quadrophenia got hit hard, so that one doesn't work. And I mean, I'm not too upset about that one because I got it for like $8 on record day.
$8.
But it's
one thing that we've talked about before in the pod, we are big record people. We have been for a few years. It's just something we would do, thanks to JP and Pav mostly, but we'd go out, get a couple records, listen to them, and just have something in the background that's not like through YouTube, and it's actually like we hear it through these.
Yeah. And
one thing that you have to be careful with records and stuff is you can't let them get hot because it's vinyl.
It's vinyl.
So they'll warp, they'll get destroyed. You put that in there, huh? Mine are by a heater, but they're not like right next to it.
See,
they're very much moved over.
What I'm so confused about is, I mean, like obviously the ones towards closer to the heater, but they were like, so they were sitting.
You want to bring the camera with you?
They were sitting this way. No, I mean they don't really care. They were sitting basically that way. So it's weird to me that like these aren't affected, and these are. But I can also think that like past these point are the ones I got from my grandpa, basically. So these have been sitting there now for 2-3 years. 2 years. So yeah, I am not happy with those.
Those who do want to see.
Don't show them my floor. It's a mess.
Those are the record.
Yeah.
Those are the records. And he had them over there. Let me put it back, not breaking.
So I'm hoping Pavs aren't too bad.
Yeah.
And if they are, I'll pay him back for them.
Our friend Pav, when he went to basic training for the Navy, he said, "Hey, will you guys take care of my records?" Because he's been collecting records, I think, more than anyone.
He started longer than that.
He started than Alan, before Alan, I believe, too.
Before JP even. JP started it, and then you guys, and then me. So.
And so, he said, "Go ahead. You guys can split them up amongst yourselves, listen to it, go from there."
Yeah, and then at that point, I stopped listening, really, so I didn't even think about them.
I don't listen to much vinyl. I just don't have much time.
Right, that's the thing. Like it's a time thing.
If you want to put on a vinyl, you have to monitor the vinyl because you have to flip it and you have to put it back. So like if you want to get in vinyl, you pretty much have to set aside time. Like okay, what do I want to listen to? How do I listen to? Like I have goodbye.
I'm still back here.
Because I have all of the old let me get center then.
You're just gonna take the spot.
Yeah. I have all forms of music playing, except for like a couple things that are very obscure, it seems. So I have vinyls, 8 tracks, cassettes, and CDs, as well as YouTube and all that, where I listen to most things. And if I want to listen to it, I go, okay, do I want to flip it? Will I, one of the main reasons we had vinyl is because Trey, JP, Alan, and myself would go and we would play. We would go and play different games, different things. Like, we play board games a lot and card games. So we'd set out some cards or a board game, whatever you want to play, and throw on a record. And then after a little bit, we'd flip it, and then we'd be like, okay, someone else pick a vinyl. We'll go from there. Be careful, Trey.
I know. Okay.
You plugged in?
No. But I hear this shuffling over here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Trey's about to break his new toy.
I am. I'll do this after the podcast. I was trying to get it set up so it was just ready to go when we ended.
But yeah, so we did that a lot, and so with that, it was very much time commitment. But we'd already be doing something, and we'd be right by it, so we just flip it. But yeah, that is a hard hit.
It is.
Ooh. Like the way mine are set up, I have let's say this is the heater on the wall. I have it like right here.
Yeah. Well,
but
see,
we don't have the heater going except for like 50. So.
Yeah, and like the heater gets super hot in my room. Air doesn't leave this room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it. I'm just hoping it's minimal damage. Like I said,
yeah.
The ones at the front aren't too bad.
Do you know which ones are paths?
Yeah, basically. I mean, like, I can kind of eyeball it.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be my butt in front of the camera again. But like, basically here to maybe like here. These are all paths.
Jeez.
So I just have to go through, try them, see if they're warped. I'm hoping at least mine took the hit.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't care. I'll get over it. But if I hurt somebody else's records,
yeah. Like for me, it's like a big thing because I have a crate like Trey had showed you, of just my records, and then I have a little metal crate of that I would put them in when I'm listening to them, so I know okay I need to put that back and then switch it out. But I've gotten so many records recently, and I have just so many in general, that little crate is used to store like 4 or 5 different records now. And so, Pavs has been in a, like, when we divvied up, Pav had a box of them, so I've just been using that box then. And so the way I have it is, my crate is by the wall, by the heater, then in front of that is the box, and in front of that is the little metal crate. So, jeez, that sucks.
It's not. I'm just so upset about it. Because that's what I was thinking about on the way home today. I was like, because I come home from work and I was just like, I guess if Pav's records aren't working, I'll pay him back for them. Like, it might not be right away because some of those are going to be expensive.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it might not be right away, but I'll pay him back for them.
The main thing with Pav's records though is he always bought his used. There's only one that he said that he bought new, and that was the Gorillas one.
Well, and he never. I didn't get that one. I don't even think he let us take that one. I think he kept that one for himself.
I won't be surprised.
Because I know there were some that he said, no, just don't even take them. Like, there were some that he told us just don't.
Oh
take
yeah, yeah.
So.
And he pretty much just kept them. He just left the box of them.
Yeah.
Which reminds, I still have his gift. Every year for Christmas, I give everyone a vinyl. So I have his.
Will he be out? I wonder if he'll be home Saturday.
Saturday?
Because it's Cabaret weekend.
Oh shit.
So I wonder if he's home. We'll have to text him. That's Grace calling me.
Cool. Well, I'll take over the podcast for a moment.
Go ahead.
Tell her I said hi.
I will.
Well,
I missed her call.
We'll call her back.
I'll call her back, yeah.
Well, this is gonna be a weird one, isn't it? Let's see. What else is that? Let me go over some of my week. I always let Trey talk, and I just sit in the back. One of the things that have recently happened was, in case none of you really saw or heard last podcast, Ice Cream Militia and the Push Pops, which is the band I'm in, recorded their second album, but their first with the Push Pops. So, with that being said, we just finished recording, and soon there'll be a party. What?
So Grace is in town, and she's coming over just to see us real quick.
Okay.
So.
Cool.
Yeah. So there'll be a brief intermission.
I was talking about the Ice Cream Militia and Push Pops just finished recording.
I leave you alone and you start plugging.
I figured because you didn't want to hear it. Are you just gonna wait for them?
Grace. She's
I just was wondering because I seen you on the phone.
Yeah, that's going on. But yeah, since we finished recording, we have an album release party June 21st. So definitely come if you want. And we'll go from there. I think we're gonna have to pause for a moment. So pause for a brief intermission. I don't know how to pause things. Yeah, I saw. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Yeah, so that was a
Thanks for the 10 minutes of brief silence.
Weird.
Might want to shut that door before Isaac bursts through.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a weird intermission. Had some friends from VG stop by.
2 of them I've only seen on Instagram posts.
Yeah, basically. Well, yeah, because the 2 of them are trumpets.
Oh, so that's how you know. Okay. Okay. Is that intense enough? Do you need more intensity?
No.
So, what other topics do you have to talk about?
I don't really have anything. I mean, there's the Kate Middleton thing, which I talked about on the 100 Mile Show.
The what?
The Kate Middleton thing.
What's
Prince
that?
William cheated on Kate with her best friend.
God damn it. Can't the English just keep it in their pants?
Can't they do like they used to and just keep it in the family?
Yeah!
Yeah!
Stick it to those English.
Wow, that's a joke that's almost actually in the same vein as mine.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, God. Her best friend? Really? That's such an American thing to do. Come on.
Yeah.
That'd be like a college frat boy. Like, hey.
Well, I mean, it's Prince William.
One of my favorite things at work, my coworkers and I have adopted the, bro, I am not having,
I'm not having a good time.
So
right
we'll look at each other and be like, bro. And we're like, what? No, they're, she gone.
She gone.
Your chances are gone.
They've been gone.
Don't worry. You'll find a nice man for you.
Thanks. Really means a lot.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh my God, Jesus!
Stop. Just,
No,
oh, okay.
feel that.
It's warm.
Yeah,
it's been
the
by the
heat.
heater. I know.
That is
Why do you think they got?
I'm not.
Worse.
I know. I'm just still surprised how hot that got.
It's very like. Tell people to shut it off when we don't need it, but they don't listen to me. Yeah. Nobody's saying anything. Chat.
Oh, that's good.
Nobody's watching.
No one cares.
Nobody cares.
It's probably because we started early and you didn't say anything on Twitter.
That's true. I didn't. I've been going for an hour almost.
Yeah. Quick to Twitter.
Yeah.
To Twitter.
To Twitter.
Pause for the moment. We're going on Twitter.
No, but yeah, because I told them I'm going back to BG, obviously, and I'll be back in the merchant band.
Oh.
So I'll be starting that again.
Nice.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. I miss doing that.
See, I miss marching band. I just don't miss all that work.
I do, because it gave me something to do.
Fair. So that's why I'm fine with work, because I go there a lot. It's a lot of work, and I'm fine with it.
Also, why is your name P Diddly Woo on
I
Twitter
will.
now?
Thank you for adding yet another shameless plug. That is one of the titles of the songs.
God damn it.
So
I
we are
have no
recording.
belief in myself, and therefore I'm going to
Yes.
talk over you for the rest of this and not allow you to plug it all. And if you even think about opening your mouth, I will just. Oh, maybe add a picture to my tweet.
For those who don't know,
Mic down.
there's an album. But that's one of the tracks on there. It's called Diddly Woo. And we were in the studio because we were doing what we called the gang vocals. And it's
Yeah.
pretty much. I made the joke. There's a line in one of the songs called Funk Salad that is. They say a spoon. And so one of the gang vocals is literally just everyone goes, spoon! And so I looked at everyone. It was like 3:15, 3:20. And I'm like, I never thought I'd be yelling spoon into a microphone a few times while at 3:20 on a Thursday.
3:20 on a Thursday.
But yeah, in our group chat, I went through and gave everyone a nickname into a song because we were in the studio doing those, and we were listening to Diddly Woo, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, P Diddly." And I'm like, yeah, P Diddly Woo. And he's like, oh my God, that's great. And we made a joke. So I'm like, okay, that's going to be my Twitter name now for the upcoming album and stuff. And then our group chat for the Push Pops, I went through and gave everyone a nickname for a song. And the only song that no one has known about the title, it's a short album. There's 6 songs on it.
Okay.
Like, Because I'm just like, okay, what would everyone work? Because my one friend, Michael, was like, oh, I wonder, what would my name be? Would Malicious Bort Tent work or something like that? So all the names of the things on the album is Malicious Intent with an intro that's labeled Soul.
Okay.
Followed by, what's next? Let me look. Shallow. Insomnia. RFGSFT. Diddlywoo and Funk Salad. So I went through and gave everyone the appropriate nickname. So the band leader, in a sense, is in the group chat to help us relay information. His nickname is Soul, because that's the intro to Malicious Intent. My friend Michael is Michaelicious Bortent.
Alright.
And then our friend Alec is Mr. Shallow Blake.
Oh my god.
My friend Dondre is DRFGSF or FTC, because his name's Dondre Cook. You get it. My friend Jeremy, who's in it, is Inlenia for Insomnia. I'm P. Diddlywoo, and then our friend Kyle is Kunk Khaled. Because why the fuck not?
I love Kyle.
It's not Pollock.
Oh, isn't it?
There's two Kyles in the bands.
Okay.
One of them plays guitar in the Militia, and then the other one plays trumpet with the Push Pops.
Oh, okay. Well, I love the Kyle that...
Kyle Pollock.
Yeah, I love Pollock.
The guitarist Kyle Pollock is one of the best. So yeah, the album comes out June 21st. There's the show to try to get the next couple days off.
Stop.
So you can come see it.
Stop.
So you can come see
Stop.
it. So you can come
Stop.
see it.
Oh yeah, I just realized too, that doesn't have an easy interface for the computer.
What doesn't?
The board.
What does that do?
So I'll have to get cables for the output. Wish I may have.
Quick trip to the store then?
Probably Best Buy. Well, no, they close at 9.
We'll be done by then. We get done by 8 at most.
I'll say we'll be probably done by 6:30, 7 o'clock. If we ended early, 6:30.
It also depends on how well we bounce off topics.
Yeah.
So, speaking of topics, and speaking of things coming out, Endgame. Have you seen it?
Did you watch it?
I haven't. Have you?
Because you don't like those movies.
I'm not a big fan of them.
This point will be a spoiler.
Ooh.
Maybe possible spoilers. So just fair warning for anybody watching this in the past. Actually, I'll put a thing up there now. But yeah, I watched it. Really enjoyed it.
Best Marvel movie, you would say?
Yeah, actually, I'd say it's up there. It does a lot of things really well.
I'd say it's up there.
I'd say it's up there.
Oof.
Spoiler cast. Endgame. Spoilers in progress. There we go. A nice big old thing. Yeah.
Man, I miss Kate today, being able to
do all that for us.
Caitlin, disembodied voice, isn't here today. She is babysitting some of her brother and doing stuff at her house, her mom's house, I should say.
But yeah, Endgame was good. I went and watched it opening night, Thursday night. The movie didn't start till 8 o'clock. We were there at like 7.
Jesus.
We did not leave until midnight.
It is 3 hours,
It's 3 hours and 2 minutes. There is no post-credit scene. So if you haven't watched it yet, there is no post-credit scene.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, most of those post-credit scenes were just setting up for Infinity War and Endgame. And even the one in Infinity War set up for Endgame.
What was the one in Infinity War?
The one in Infinity War was Nick Fury getting dusted.
Oh, and calling Marvel.
And calling
Got it.
Captain Marvel, yeah.
One thing I know, before we go on, I don't really care for Marvel movies solely because of the purpose of it. 9 times out of 10, you can call it. The good guys win. It's really pretty much a very much journey movie.
Yeah, but if you think about that, every movie is that way. There are so many movies I've gone to lately that's like, okay, this guy's gonna die, this guy's gonna win, this guy's gonna...
Well, yeah, but then again, there's also, like, when you do watch it, and it's like...
And I would say that they do throw a few surprises in you.
Well, yeah, it depends on the Marvel. Like, because if you watch Iron Man, it goes through, okay, here's the big bad villain. You watch it, he defeats the big bad villain. You watch Thor, oh, he gets banished. At the end, you know he's going to get Mjolnir back and
well, and it's like, I mean, yeah, if you watch him just thinking that, you're not going to like him. You kind of have to, you have to go in suspending that notion of, okay, this is going to happen, just to kind of enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like that's the other thing. People get upset with, like, oh, this shouldn't have happened because of yada, yada, yada. It's like, well, there's a suspension of disbelief that goes into these. Like,
oh, yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not that person that'll look at, like, Thor and be like, in the Norse mythology, he would actually be this. I'm the person that's like, okay, cool. And, like, with Doctor Strange, I haven't seen that one either. But with the magic and all that stuff involved, just being able to do all that stuff, like, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, that's not a real thing, so that's not going to happen. Yeah. It's the main reason, like, when I watch horror movies, and people are always like, oh, why didn't they just call those people? And, like, sometimes directors will put a reason why. Like, what was the movie that used cell phone jammers?
I don't know, there's a lot of movies.
It's like a horror movie that I can't remember the title of. They used cell phone jammers so they couldn't use their phones, which is a smart thing to put on there because it adds to the thing of like, okay, if this is a modern day horror movie, everyone has a cell phone, why can no one answer? There's a reason. It's the one with the You're Next.
I don't know what that is.
You're Next is a home invasion film that came out 2012, 2013. Okay. And it pretty much goes through, like, this chick and, like, goes to see her family. It's a big family area. And I'll take
the thing down. I don't think we'll spoil it.
I mean, we still might. You might want to just leave it for now. Because we'll go back to Endgame, don't worry.
We'll go back, but I'll try to avoid spoilers.
Okay.
Because it hasn't been out a week, so it's unfair to do that.
Yeah. But it goes through. They have a dinner table scene. Someone dies like from these mass killers that wear like wolf masks, sheep masks, stuff like that. It's that movie.
Okay, now I know that. Okay.
And it turns out, spoiler for that movie.
It was 7 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So if you haven't seen it or don't care to see it,
if you haven't seen it, it's on you.
Yeah, if you want to see it, here is a spoiler. It's everyone gone? Okay, good. Yep, they're gone. I see no one on there.
No one was here.
And so what happens is one of the guys that is in the family and his girlfriend are involved to get insurance money, and it turns out the main final girl is very good at surviving and like being able to cope under pressure. There are reasons that it says too. They're like, okay, cool, but like it doesn't really like. It's not like a big thing. It's just, okay, how are you so good at this? Oh, I did this as a child. Okay, cool. Brings up to that. Oh, why couldn't they call anyone? There was a cell phone jammer. And they even said that, oh, they must be using cell phone jammers. And they go through, the final girl kills the two evil people, and then it turns out her boyfriend, who was in on it as well, was in on it as well.
Yeah.
And then, I can't remember, I think she kills him, or at least incapacitates him. But it's a decent film. Like, it's a nice horror movie if you want that type of horror movie.
Infinity War kind of does the same thing. They, because a lot of the talk is like, I know a lot of my friends have talked about when we came out of the theater for that one, that it was like, well, why weren't, Tony and Cap together during the house? Because obviously in that movie, Tony is on Titan, Cap is in Wakanda.
Yeah.
So they're separated, and so it's like, well, why weren't they together? Obviously, having them together, having the whole team together, they would kick Thanos' ass.
Civil War.
And for one, well, that's what I'm saying. For one, that's exactly why.
Exactly.
There wouldn't be a second movie because they would have won. And that's how they explain it. Mm-hmm. Is Civil War because of the Accords and everything, and after that, Tony's just not talking to Cap anymore.
Even with that letter resolution.
Right, and at some point he does go to call Cap, and then they just immediately start fighting Thanos. They get interrupted, and then Tony's in space. Yeah. So like they do that very well. If like now he just can't get a hold of Captain.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like that I think the Marvel movies do a well. Or the Russo brothers have taken care, especially over 10 years, to really kind of, if there's a problem, it's getting explained away. It's not just a plot hole. And I appreciate that. I think that's why those movies are so good among me, at least, because it's like there might be a problem, and maybe maybe there's some plot hole that slips through the cracks, but it's like it's a minor one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Endgame was good. No post credit scene. I didn't cry. There were points that made me want to cry, but I don't cry in movies. So
I cry at movies.
Honestly, the only movie that's ever made me cry is Marley and Me, and the fucking Notebook.
I cried at the Notebook too.
I cried. Like the Notebook is the only one recently that's actually gotten me.
Did you even post that thing?
No, it didn't. Tweet didn't go through.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm just not gonna worry about it.
No, this will be
Nobody
a
was
YouTube
gonna
one.
watch it
Yeah,
anyway.
this will be a YouTube one. Endgame. Stuff like that. You didn't cry in the theater. You
I didn't cry in
the
the theater.
Notebook and something else, which I've also.
Also,
cried.
it doesn't feel as long as you would think. Like it's 3 hours, but I sitting there like, obviously the joke is like, oh, I had to hold my pee for 3 hours. Like, no, you didn't. Like it wasn't that big of a deal. And maybe that's just me. Maybe everyone else had a different experience, but honestly, it felt like the movie was an hour and a half until I looked at my phone. The ending is very long. It's a very long ending. It's supposed to be long, but there are times that it's kind of like, okay, we get it. Let's just kind of move along through this. There's a lot of jokes in the movie.
Well, yeah.
I mean, for a 3-hour runtime, you can tell they're padding their runtime with these jokes, and that kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's like, this is the last fucking movie I'm going to see these characters in. I don't care. I'm fine with this. But yeah, good movie overall.
I saw something online. I'm not going to say it out loud, but about the ending and pretty much what kind of happened.
The thing I've been saying a lot is like, Avengers Endgame ending explains. Like, didn't really need explained. If it needs explained, you haven't watched the movie yet.
I can't remember what I was watching, but it was something along the like, oh yeah, Infinity War, this happens. Or, here's a spoiler, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, leads to this. I think it was just a comic strip on Facebook, too. But, like, you can tell me if it's right or not, but afterwards, obviously.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes a nice ending.
Yes, it is. It's a good ending.
And kind of like helps write out who needs written out. Because obviously this is the last movie that we're going to see certain characters.
Spoilers from beyond this point. Spoilers. I'm just going to say now, spoilers.
I mean, it's not too fair, or it's not wrong to say people's contracts are up.
People's contracts are up. People are getting written out. That's exactly true.
Exactly.
We won't say who.
Exactly.
We all knew going into this people were going to die.
Exactly. Like me, I'm dead.
But they did it a good way, I think. A lot of those characters got a good ending. A lot of characters got a great new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So they definitely set themselves up for maybe a new saga, and a different generation, as it were.
Phase 7.
And it'll be the actual Protectors Initiative, not the Avengers Initiative now. So it'll be a new series called the Protectors. That's a joke because that was the first name of Avengers in Iron Man, the first Avengers movie.
Okay.
That's a joke for all you Marvel nerds out there.
But because like they obviously still have movies coming out.
Well,
there's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's
Far
coming
From
out.
Home,
There's a new Galaxy.
Guardians, yeah. Black Panther 2.
Yep.
And I think there were talks about a Captain Marvel.
There's going to be another Captain Marvel. So yeah, obviously this isn't done, like, this isn't ending Marvel, as it were.
It's just ending a saga.
It's ending sort of the Avengers saga. Like, that's what's over, is the Avengers. And that is a spoiler. I mean, saying that, you can kind of tell who goes and who stays. So
should I stay or should I go?
Yeah, it's a good ending. There were some parts at the end. There is a character that I have no idea who the fuck it was. Because you get all the characters together, and they go through them by their groups. So you get the Guardians, Cap's crew, the Avengers, Doctor Strange. You get all these groups in all their movies, and you can tell who they are. And then there's one fucking kid. It's not Peter. I have no idea who the fuck it is. And everyone, like, I went with Jared and Jordan and a bunch of other people, and we walked out of the theater and we just went, who the fuck was that kid?
There was a theory that, I mean, if it was he powerful?
I don't know who he was.
Oh, good.
He was standing there. He didn't do anything. Because I don't want to explain it.
Yeah.
But he was just standing there, and I have no idea who the fuck he was. And at first I thought, oh, it's Shazam, and then I was like, wait, that's DC. Who the fuck is this kid?
The other Marvel. The other one.
The other Captain Marvel. Yeah, so that confused me. That might be some setup thing. That they just kind of like, we'll throw this kid in here, and now he's a part of the universe, but we won't say anything about him. Also, the ending was really good. The credits were good. All the like they had all the characters and then a picture of them, and it was a lot of them was the pictures that they would use in their Marvel crawl at the beginning. But the Avengers had their credits and a signature. So like literally, it was these characters signing off. It was these people signing off. It was a really nice way of ending it, I thought.
Interesting.
So that was cool. It was a good. I was happy with that movie. I honestly expected to be disappointed because it's really hard, especially like that. It's really hard to end a series.
Hard to end a series. It's also hard to just like when you have such long run times. I mean, like if you look at it, it's not ending a series, but like Last Jedi. I know we always go back to Star Wars, but that was like a 2.5 hour movie.
It's a 2.5 hour movie.
And like, again, I loved it.
And that's one that feels long.
That one feels long. Yeah, it's mostly because the Canobite scene and then the padding of like
just jokes that weren't needed. I thought.
I don't even think the joke. It was the padding of like the ships going at each other. Like I understand that's a big thing, so cut back to it occasionally, but you don't have to go on long like the Hucks going on a long tangent like, oh, soon their fuel will be out and out, then they'll be mine. And have them do an evil monologue while an hour into the movie.
Yeah, that's one of them. That's the thing. Like, I don't mind long movies, but they can't feel long. Like, you have to keep that energy. If you're doing a 3-hour movie, you have to keep the energy up.
Yeah. My mom told me it took her 3 tries to watch Titanic because the first 2 times she tried, she passed out.
I fell asleep during that. I was like, it's so... I think I've only watched Titanic 1 time in my life.
I don't think I've ever watched. It's because you know the ending. The ship sinks, Jack and Rose... Jack dies.
Jack doesn't stay on the door. And
Jack can't fit on the door because he's fat.
Apparently he's fat.
What are other long movies? Like that don't feel too long, or that do?
That don't feel... Oh,
like either or. Like what are long movies?
Well, Last Jedi feels long. Attack of the Clones isn't a long movie.
It feels long.
But it feels long.
Excuse me. Ooh.
I think that one's... That's what? That's almost a 2-hour movie, though, I think? Or
I think so.
An hour and a half?
Let me look it up.
But that one is one that isn't long and feels long. And it's kind of the same with Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith feels long. That one is sort of long, though.
Attack of the... Revenge of the Sith is long, but it's also one of the ending ones, so it makes sense.
Yeah, there again, like, you're ending a thing, so, like, it's going to be long.
2 hours and 22 minutes is Attack of the Clones.
So 2.5 hours. So it's Jedi.
I want to go through... As we always do, end up back at Star Wars. I want to go through the run times, because...
I'm going to take the endgame spoilers down again.
Yeah. Spoilers for Star Wars.
Spoilers if you haven't... Actually, the new one's going to be coming out here real soon. I'm excited
yeah.
I'm excited for that one. I think I'm excited just because I know it's going to be done for a while then, which will be good.
Here, Star Wars 1, runtime.
Star Wars, the original Star Wars... Or Star
2
Wars,
hours and 16 minutes. That one feels long, but because of the...
It's because of the beginning.
The politics.
It's the beginning of it.
The beginning of it is the longest part to me. But
and I think that's the way it is with all of them. The beginning is long. The ending, like that first half, is incredibly long, and it's like the last hour and a half feels like half an hour.
And then obviously, Attack of the Clones, like we said, is 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Yeah.
Episode 3 is 2 hours 20 minutes.
Yeah. So they're all about the same.
But that one doesn't feel too long to me. Like I'm always enjoyed that one.
I enjoy that one. I think again, it's the first half is long, and once you power through that, the rest of it's real quick.
Episode 4, or the very first one, I should say.
It's
A New Hope, 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Oh, is it 2 hours?
Mm-hmm. That's one that doesn't feel long.
Yeah, no, that was really quick.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let me keep going. There you are. Empire Strikes Back.
2 hours also.
2 hours and 7 minutes. Yeah. Again, another one that doesn't feel long.
Empire kind of feels long.
I saw
Empire
6,
and Jedi feel long. Those ones are hard for me to sit through.
Return of the Jedi, 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Yeah, so like
Return of the Jedi is long, but that's also because you have the whole plot going on with Luke going back to Dagobah, having that whole little side quest, and then him coming back.
Yeah.
But like those 3 movies, I don't feel they're not very long. Like they have long moments, but they're overall like you watch it and it seems like no time, but they're 2 hours.
Right.
And then let's look at the new ones.
The
let's
new
look
ones
at
are all like 2 hours.
Yeah, here's
I
Force
think
Awakens.
Force Awakens is 2 hours and like 15 minutes.
2 hours 15. Yep. And then Last Jedi
It's 2 hours
is
and 20.
2:33.
Or 2:30 is right down.
And then Rogue One is.
Did you just now like my tweet about good as a subjective term and time as a social contract?
Probably.
Yeah,
2 hours
you
and
did
13
because I just got your
minutes.
like.
And Solo was 2 hours 15.
That tweet is a year old, like in 2 weeks,
Good
and
for
you are just now liking it.
But like those.
I'm insulted.
Like the prequels feel old, but they're old.
They feel
They
old.
do
They
feel
are
old.
old.
Like the original trilogy doesn't feel too old. Or damn it, long. The original trilogy doesn't feel too long. The prequel trilogy has very long beginnings, and that kind of drags the film down with all the political bullshit that goes through all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And the new trilogy, just it's hit or miss. Like Force Awakens didn't feel long to me, and then
Hit or miss.
Last
I
Jedi
guess you
was
never
long.
miss, huh? You got a boyfriend. I bet he doesn't kiss ya.
But Last Jedi feels super long. Rogue One didn't feel too long. It just
Rogue One felt long, honestly.
to me, you know what's gonna happen.
I think that one felt long because I know what's gonna happen.
Exactly. Like you know what's gonna happen. They're gonna get the Death Star.
And it just honestly that one wasn't good.
How it
just
works-
felt long. It just boring.
Like I enjoyed it solely because like okay, there's no real Jedi and there's no Force.
I
It's
enjoyed
an
it the
action
first time
movie.
around. I enjoyed it when I seen it in theaters because then it was like, oh, Death Star, and like the Death Star coming over the planet horizon was cool to see. Like there was a lot of cool shots in that.
Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, I like this. And then I watched it again. I'm like, this is really fucking boring to sit through.
Like
Like, that's definitely a once through for me.
like for me, if I'm doing a marathon, I will include those little prequel things. So like Solo and Rogue One.
I have not even seen Solo. I think I watched like 20 minutes of Solo. I just got bored of that one too.
But for me, like, there's multiple different ways people watch, like, for Star Wars marathons, or just any movie marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, especially with Star Wars, though, I think it's one of the most convoluted. Because, like, people are like, oh, you gotta watch them by how they were released in trilogy. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense, though.
Yeah.
Like, I think we talked about this before. One of the most ideal ways to watch Star Wars movies and stuff would be, like, Episode 1, or no, A New Hope, then Empire Strikes Back, because you get and then from Empire Strikes Back to Phantom Menace and the original trilogy. The reason you would do that is because you would jump to Luke or Vader saying, "I am your father," and Luke saying no, and then you kind of like, okay, because you get those little hints of like, oh, is he really? And then you get the whole prequel thing involved, like, oh, this is his upbringing.
Yeah.
And then you would do, so you do,
Yeah, we'll run to Best Buy after this, by the way, because I found it.
perfect. It'd be, technically it should be Rogue One, because it kicks off right into 4.
Yeah, it'd be Rogue One,
4, 5,
1, 2.
1, 2, 3.
Well, you could even skip out 1 if you wanted to, because it doesn't really add much to the story apart from Anakin is found.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one of them that's like, if you really don't want to, or you're trying to save time, cut out 1.
I'd also, you like, cut out 1 and Solo. Those are the 2 that
Yeah.
you can easily cut out from that. Because Solo you would do before Rogue One. Then you do
Yeah,
Rogue One.
and then you do Rogue
Then
One, and then
4,
4,
5,
5,
1, 2,
2,
3 if you want to
6.
include it. 6,
And then
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah, the nice thing is 7, 8, 9 you can watch at the end. Like,
Yeah.
you don't do anything with that.
but for me, like, the main thing is they're numbered for a reason now. Like, obviously when they came out, it was just New Hope, or just Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but see, I think those... I mean, honestly, like, someone who hasn't... Obviously, people know the big spoiler.
Yeah.
Because I was talking to Cub about this. Because he's like, I'm going to watch them, but, I mean, I'm not worried about spoilers. I already know everything.
Mhm.
So I was like, that's cool. But, like, those movies, having them in that order, that takes away from, like, Empire. Because you know that Anakin is Vader.
Mhm.
You know that Anakin had those kids, and they clearly say their names are Luke and Leia.
Yeah.
So that takes away from that in Empire. That
Mhm.
takes away from that in A New Hope when you learn that Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
So like it takes away from that, I think. But
For me, like, if I want to, like, say it's been a while, and somehow I forgot most of the Star Wars movies, I would start at 1 and go how, like, 1, 2, 3, Solo, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Because then you get the overarching progression of, oh, here's this young kid and he comes evil.
Yeah.
And then he have his son that comes up and does these great things.
I would say that doing it that way, the episodic order is Anakin's arc.
You see see the Skywalker arc, which with the new film coming up.
If they make Rey a Skywalker, I swear to fucking God.
My boss and I actually talked about this, and it's one that
You said that Luke's gonna come back.
No, well, in ghost form maybe, but here's what I'm thinking that they put in my head that would be cool. Which Skywalkers are left?
Leia's left, but she will probably be dead because of
Carrie Fisher.
Luke is dead. Anakin's dead. Padme's dead.
Kylo. What if Kylo? Because he's already
obviously
been
struggling.
That's the
thing. They're leading up to Kylo's going to come to the light side.
But
I don't think I would want that.
Here's what I found interesting. Like, that'd be a cool thing. Okay, you see him be dark side, struggle with it even more in episode 7.
No, 8.
Episode 8. And then what if he comes Jedi side? We heard Palpatine's laugh. Some miraculous reason, he's alive.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah.
If he's alive, I don't think I would like that either. That's another thing.
I think it'd be a cool thing. Oh, okay, cool. Unless if they didn't explain it, like kind of how Snoke just appeared.
Yeah.
Which that's something like, okay, you don't need explanation. Like if you watch the original trilogy, the Emperor had no explanation really.
Right.
And so it'd be like, okay, cool. And then the prequels just brought to light what happened.
Yeah.
Everyone's rise. With this new one, like, let's say he's still alive. What if he convinced Rey to turn to the dark side? So it's kind of a complete reversal.
Maybe, but
it'd be something different. It'd be something interesting.
I mean, I could see that, but I don't think I would want it. Especially, I think at this point, the way the movies have gone, I don't want Rey to be turned. I don't want Kylo to be turned. I'm serious. Like, I think what they did in Jedi, in Last Jedi, was great. Like, you have Kylo and Rey both struggling, and then both of them are like, well, let's work together and help the dark side. And then it's like, and you kind of see that split off from them as like, oh, you're not willing to change. Like, I'm done. Like, I can't help you.
That was a cool moment.
And I like that. I like that that finally set in stone.
And that breaking the saber.
Yeah, like, he's bad, she's good. That's it. If they go back on that again, I think it'll ruin the movie. Because it's like, we've spent now 2 movies with Kylo and Rey flipping back and forth. So it's like, ending that movie that way is like, okay, we've set it off. Now we're going into the finale. Now we're finally going to pick a side, choose a victor, which I think would be better. And I said this before too, like with the Emperor coming back, when you hear the Emperor's laugh, if I would kind of want them to do something with like Jedi, in the essence of Jedi, because maybe they are both still struggling. Maybe they're set in their ways, but they're still struggling.
Oh yeah.
So you've got
that'd be pretty cool.
You've got Luke talking to Rey, the Emperor talking to Kylo. They're ghost bodies. They're ghost boys. They're ghost boys talking to the real boys.
The goat.
The goat.
The greatest of all time.
To the goat, Rey. And
I thought you were gonna say LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron's in there now.
Ah! Space Jam 3.
And because of like Kylo's infatuation with not Anakin, Vader. One of like Anakin could Anakin could come back and just like, hey, it's like slap him around a bit. What the fuck are you doing, boy? Like, I think that's something I would like. Is like they're fighting, coerced by their mentors essentially, and then Anakin, the chosen one, bringing balance to the Force, is finally saying, stop. You live in harmony is something I would like. I would like to finally bring balance to the Force. Like there's 2 Jedi left, basically. Yeah. That we know of.
Well,
so
3 if you count that guy using the Force with the broomstick at the very end.
Did he use the Force? He used the Force. He was just going like this.
No, at the very end, I think it was after the Canto Bite, or not the Canto. It was after the Canto Bite scene. It was after the
Are you talking about the very end where we see the boy with the rebellion locket?
It's with those kids, how most of them leave and one of them stays in the stables.
Yeah.
He's like say I am that kid, and you can't see over there. There, we'll just say you are the thing. I'm like right here, and he's walking this way, but you're the broomstick. He forces it to him.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that.
Mm-hmm. It's a little detail, but it was very memorable in a sense.
Well, maybe. But even still, like, I think I would finally like to see, because it's what they've talked about in all the movies.
Is what?
The balance.
Yeah, right.
But they've talked about it in every saga, but it's like balance means good.
Yeah, right.
Balance doesn't mean good and bad.
Yeah.
And I think finally they can set it up in a way that's like Kylo is bad, Rey is good, but they're together. Like they're not together. Not
as far as we know.
As far as we know.
Oh man, I'll tell you.
Oh man, I gotta cut it. We gotta end it now.
Got it.
Yeah, I think that's what I would want.
One of my favorite things I saw on YouTube was from a YouTube channel called like Minute Minecraft Parodies, and it was pretty much just an animated thing in the like blocky form of Minecraft, and it just like he did the prequel films, and just like it got to I think the second episode, and he's like, is the Mace Windu and Yoda talking? Is like the one who must bring balance to the Force. Is like, but if there's a bunch of Jedi and only like 2 Sith, does that mean they kind of stop? He's gonna kill us all, isn't he? He's definitely gonna kill us all. What are other, going back to the binge watching comment, what are other binge watch film series that are kind of convoluted? Because I know a few.
Film series?
Mm-hmm. Like a bunch of movies.
I mean, the Halloween series now, especially with the new one, kind of retconning everything.
There are 5 ways to watch
There's
that.
5 ways. There's so many
Have
ways
you
to
heard
watch
of them?
that. No, it's just there's so many ways to watch it, especially because there's like different stories now with everything. So.
Well, the way that one works,
God damn it.
because I like it. Why not? It starts with the original Halloween, then the second one, then the 4th one, the 5th one, and the 6th one. That's all one timeline.
Okay.
Where you see Michael chasing after babysitters, find out Laurie's his brother, and then Michael comes back and chases his niece because Laurie is dead. And then it's following her niece for the 4th and 5th one, and then the 6th one is the niece's son, or the niece's daughter, who is a baby still, and it follows that. The 3rd movie is its own timeline, because, I don't know if I already told you this, or the podcast, Halloween was supposed to be in the same vein as the Twilight Zone, where it had special, like, spooky themes around Halloween. And so that's why, and it was originally supposed to have one movie with Michael Myers, then instantly to the next, but because everyone loved Michael Myers, they convinced Carpenter and the other person to make a sequel. And so when Michael's in that fire at the end, he's supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
And then, once the 3rd one came out...
I forgot that's how the first one ended, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, they literally just copied the first movie, didn't they? And the new one. Basically, yeah.
But then the next timeline would be... So there's 2 timelines so far. Halloween 3 by itself, and then 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Halloween 3 by itself. You watch one movie. That's the whole timeline.
The next timeline is Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween H20, and Halloween Resurrection. And the way that works is Michael and Laurie are still brothers. Laurie faked her own death and changed her name to Carrie Tate in California with a whole family there, and goes from Michael finding her, going to campus and wrecking shit. She's still alive, cuts off his head. Except, spoiler alert, it's not his head. It's a paramedics that he switched outfits with. And so Resurrection is pretty much, Michael actually kills Laurie in like the very beginning, and then he goes back to his home in Haddonfield where they're filming a live stream like TV event thing where these kids go try to find the mystery of Michael Myers, but he actually comes back, kills things, Busta Rhymes electrocutes him. That's that movie.
Busta Rhymes.
He's in that movie.
Okay.
That's the movie with Busta Rhymes, yep. The next timeline is the Rob Zombie remake, which is 1 and 2, which is alright. Like, it's interesting. It's a different upbringing, different take. I found it enjoyable, but I prefer, my favorite horror movie of all time is the original Halloween, so nothing can beat that. And then come the last film in 2018.
I mean, that's just one in that one.
It's thanks to Star Wars, I'm going to say episode. It's the original Halloween and then 2018 Halloween. They are no longer brother and sister. They're just Michael and Laurie.
Which, they're going to do another one in that timeline now, I think.
They are, yeah. There's
because
already a pre-production.
spoiler, they didn't kill Michael at the end.
Yeah,
He's not even in the basement. At the end.
Blaze of Glory, or Blaze.
Blades of
Spoil.
Glory with Will
no.
Ferrell.
Spoiler alert: Michael's not dead. He gets lit on fire, and then the last scene of the movie, you hear him breathing, as you do in like all the Halloween movies.
Yeah, so they're gonna bring him back. So maybe they'll explore something with that again. Because I mean, there's got to be some reason he's still trying to kill Laurie, especially coming back to kill Laurie. Makes no sense.
Yeah. So hopefully it's not a druidic curse like the 6th movie. We tried to forget that one. Another horror series that's kind of convoluted.
The Friday the 13th one's kind of.
That one's not too convoluted.
It's not
the
too
only
I mean, it's
ones
not
that are
convoluted, but like it's
the only convolutedness it has was when he went to New York and when he went to space.
Wait, what?
So here's the timeline of that one. So it starts off with the original where Jason's mother gets revenge, spoiler alert, for killing her, for counselors neglecting her son who drowned. And then she goes on a killing spree. She dies. The final girl ends up in a hospital. Then the second movie happens. It starts with her, and Jason's now the giant bulking man from the only time we've seen him in the first movie as a little deformed child, to big hulking man with bag on head.
Oh yeah, he doesn't even have the ski mask.
Yep, nope. Kills her, and then kills all the counselors that are at another camp. Third movie, same type of vein happens. Kids at a camp. He gets his hockey mask. Fourth movie, which one's the fourth movie? Is that new?
We have to we'll have to watch these again.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Do like a weekend of Halloween, a weekend of Friday the 13th.
Hell yeah, brother. I'm going to YouTube because one of my favorite YouTube channels has like the timeline progression.
I'm trying to think of other movies that have weird timelines.
Oh, I know a few. Don't worry. I'm just trying to find the Friday the 13th one. There you are. You little shit.
Alright.
Was that entertaining? Huh?
No.
Okay. Almost. There you are.
Okay.
Part 3. Part 4 is the final chapter. They actually kill Jason. The 3, 4, 5th movie, New Beginning, has a copycat killer.
Okay.
So a guy named Roy Burns goes and kills people after seeing his son get axed in the back, as you do.
As you do.
The next one, Jason Live, he's revived, and goes on a killing spree again. The New Blood is what fans would call Carrie versus Jason, because you know Carrie from the movie Carrie has. There's a girl in this one that's pretty much her name's not Carrie, but she has telekinetic powers. Kills her dad, comes back to the swamp like 20, 30 years later when she's older, tries to resurrect her dad, resurrects Jason. Jason goes on a killing spree. She then resurrects her dad successfully to drag Jason back in the water with him.
Gotcha.
Jason takes Manhattan. He gets electrocuted and alive again.
I love that
Jason takes
Manhattan just because there's a movie, Muppets Take Manhattan.
I think Muppets Take Manhattan was after, because this is an 89.
Yeah, I think it was after, but it's just funny to me.
Yeah. He gets electrocuted. He's on a boat for like an hour of the film, hour and a half of the film. And then when they get to New York, it's him gets killed by toxic sludge. The final Friday is Jason is a worm person, or like an evil demonic spirit that can possess him after a doctor eats his beating heart for some reason. Then he gets passed down to different forms until he's back as Jason, and that's the one where Jason's mask gets grabbed by Freddy's claw. Jason X was just padding for them to make Freddy vs. Jason, where where Jason just kind of goes back on the timeline, gets thrown in a cryogenic freezer, gets thawed out, brought to space, and just kills people in space.
All two of them.
Yep. Well, there's like a whole crew. It's like 100 years in the future or something. Freddy vs. Jason is pretty decent. Freddy doesn't have enough power because not a lot of people know about him anymore. Who are you texting?
I'd text Trey, see if they were going back to BG right away. Because if they weren't, maybe we could hang out with them.
Yeah.
I'll just have to tell Cub I'm sorry.
Sorry. But pretty much, what happens there is Freddy pretty much contracts Jason to become alive again, to go to Elm Street to bring the kills back, to make Freddy more powerful by having the kids remember him, so then he can kill him, and then they fight a long bloody battle.
Weird.
Go from there, and then the reboot is the reboot. Another series that is kind of convoluted, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one.
I don't care about those. Those have never interested me, I don't think. I guess I've never actually watched them, but...
The first one is like one of the landmark ones because it came out before Halloween and Black Christmas. Which Black Christmas is a horror movie that is the first slasher that people come to say. So it came out before that. And pretty much what it is this family, the Sawyers, are cannibalistic, crazy people.
Tom Sawyer?
Tom Sawyer.
Okay.
Just like Rush would say. Cannibalistic person.
Ah, yes.
But the way that movie goes is the first one, followed by the second one, which is actually continuity. The third one has nothing to do with anything else. The fourth one doesn't have anything to do with anything else. The reboot is the reboot, followed by a sequel to the reboot, or a prequel to the reboot, followed by a 3D film that's a sequel to the original, followed by a prequel to the original that maintains continuity with 3D movie. Yeah.
Man, no wonder I hate the Texas Chainsaw Massacres.
There's too many massacres in Texas.
Too many
man.
massacres in Texas.
As you do.
As you do. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Not a lot of other movies have weird, hard to understand timelines, I don't think.
I mean, in a sense, there are multiple viewings that you could do with the Marvel movies, depending on what you want to cut out, what you want to keep.
I mean, I guess that's the X-Men movie, because the other ones are...
The X-Men are convoluted,
because the MCU is not really convoluted. I mean, that it is understood as soon as Iron Man comes out that, like, we're setting up something.
Yeah. And they're by phases, so you can easily do that, or do it by, okay, here's the first 3 Iron Men, and then here's the next couple of Thor.
I was like, if you want to do them in chronological order, that's where it gets convoluted.
Because it would be what? It'd be
it's
Captain America.
It's Captain America, Captain Marvel.
Yes.
And then Iron Man.
Mm-hmm. Thor.
No, I don't think Thor. I think it's Iron Man, Iron Man 2.
Thor.
Hulk.
Hulk's
Thor.
in there, yeah.
Hulk and Thor.
And then Avengers 1.
Yeah. And then Thor: The Dark World.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man.
Okay.
No, maybe. No, not. Oh yeah, Iron Man 3. Because I forgot that's
the first Guardians, I believe.
That is when he's dealing with the Avengers ship.
Yeah.
Because that's not Sokovia yet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then Guardians.
The first one.
And I already said Thor: The Dark World. So
yeah, you did.
Guardians.
Is the second one in there as well? The Guardians one, or is that still not yet?
It's Guardians and then Guardians 2. I don't. Maybe those might even be after Sokovia. Those might even be after.
No, the first one's
2.
Definitely before.
Is it before?
I know that first. I'm pretty solid.
Okay. So
I mean, if you want to get even more,
those might be in between. Those are weird. I don't know how to fit those in because they don't make.
What was what was it? The 80s that Quill got abducted?
That's
because
true.
Then he'd be before Captain Marvel. Then
he would. That movie then would kind of put itself in between.
Cap.
But those are weird because like they don't really reference back to the other ones enough.
Yeah.
For a point in time because they are very much standalone.
Yeah.
So those are weird. You can kind of watch those whenever or not at all. I mean,
watch them whenever.
You can watch them whenever. Yeah, you'd still want.
There's no not at all.
You'd
want to watch.
You'd want to know those characters. And then Cap 2.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man or Avengers 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then
it gets into Sokovia and then Cap 3. What else happens? Ant-Man happens.
Ant-Man happens.
Ant-Man's first.
Ant-Man happens before
because
after Avengers 2.
Yes.
Before Civil War.
Yeah. Because it's him and then there's Thor 3.
Homecoming is before.
Oh, Homecoming, yeah.
Homecoming is before Civil War as well.
And then it's Civil War. Then it's Thor 3.
No. Sorry, Homecoming is after Civil War. It's just because they reference the beginning.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The beginning actually puts itself after
and
Civil
then
War.
Thor 3 happens like within those.
Supers at Adex. Damn, son, you thick.
Which one?
4 C's. Probably both of us.
Fair enough.
We're together. We are thick.
We are
Legion.
thick with 7 Qs.
7 Qs.
And 7 Cs.
Um.
Then it goes after Thor 3.
So Thor 3 because he's all no, not yet. Not well. I mean, actually, Thor 2 might go after Avengers 2 actually, because he does. He's gone.
Who is?
Thor. After Avengers 2, he's gone for a while. So I think Dark World, he's just gone. I haven't actually seen Dark World, so I don't know what happens there.
Maybe.
Because I know in Ragnarok, he is back on Asgard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hello from Sebia, comrades. Hello. Never seen you around the channel before, but we do this podcast every Monday, so be sure to give my channel a follow.
Go follow Car Krash Productions on YouTube.
On YouTube as well, yes.
That's where these will be put after the fact. This is our 12th or 11th or one of the numbers of episodes.
11.
And we do other little, we have a little skit series. We're going to have other series going up as well.
Yep. Anyway, back to the Avengers talk.
Yep.
So I think it's Avengers 2, Thor Dark World,
2,
and then Thor Ragnarok could be around there with that, because then Civil War doesn't have Thor or Hulk.
Yeah.
And then Avengers 3 is Infinity War.
Well, also with Infinity War, that has Ragnarok has to be right before. Because
Ragnarok
it
is right
into
before
it,
Infinity War. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that one's
and
right
then
before.
Infinity War.
Which
then
I mean, after Infinity War, it's Endgame.
No.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's before.
I guess that's. I mean, yeah, you're right.
That's supposed to be during.
It's literally during.
You have to
so
put it after.
You put it after, but yeah, you're right because it's literally during the events.
Yeah.
And
then it's.
And honestly, it's just because of the post-credit scene. That's it. That's the only reason. The rest of the movie could be before.
Yeah.
But it's because of that stupid post-credit scene that you have to watch the whole thing after.
And then Endgame, yes.
And then Endgame, yeah. Which was great. That is I think they definitely set their movies up the best. And they also had the standalone, or not standalone, the tie-in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which gave you more insight. They had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter, which was, they gave you more insight into the S.H.I.E.L.D. side of everything, which was cool. And Captain Marvel showed more of the S.H.I.E.L.D. side, and actually kind of explained how the Tesseract got to where it was in the beginning of Avengers.
Huh.
So that was really cool.
Cool.
And that's what I noticed too, is they are in the place that they are in Avengers, I think it's Project Pegasus. They run by a sign in there, and I went back and I rewinded it and I was like, okay, where are they at? And it said Project Pegasus on it, so I thought that was really cool.
Let's speak of the other Marvel property, the X-Men.
So
that's
X-Men.
the convoluted
So
one.
they've got what? X-Men,
It goes
X2, and X3. Right?
X1, 2, 3. Yes.
And then it splits off with the weird new timeline. Right?
Yeah, let me look it up because because the Logan films work with them.
The Logan, I don't remember how Logan is, but I know the first, because Logan is in the new generation, because he makes his appearance
in
the new generation.
All right,
As
so
fan service,
X-Men.
but he is still.
First X-Men, then I believe we got the.
I mean, it splits off with which is the one that gets the.
Yeah, let me go to movies.
What's the one that puts McAvoy as X?
1 second. So we got. Not you. Oh, that's a movie I want to watch. I forgot.
Dark Phoenix?
No. Where are the X-Men?
Yeah, so it's X1, 2, 3 because those were obviously.
Yeah, there's X-Men, and then there's X2, X3. There's X-Men First Class.
Which First Class, I think, is the first one in the new timeline.
Okay. With the new timeline.
The new timeline is literally a new timeline.
It's also before.
No, it's after.
The First Class one is before because McAvoy and the other guy that everyone likes. Turn into Patrick Stewart, and what's it called? It doesn't turn into a new timeline until after Days of Future Past, because Patrick Stewart. The way that works is X1, 2, 3. Then it's that one, because then it goes back into after First Class. So then we go First Class, then the whatever one's after that, or Days of Future Past technically. Then it's Apocalypse. And I think that's all except for the oh, here we go. That works. X-Men Origins Wolverine, The Wolverine, Deadpool technically, Dark Phoenix, which comes out. And then
I guess yeah. He's in the. Is he in the X-Men timeline now?
I don't know.
Yeah, because he talks. I guess he talked about like McAvoy, and that would be. Yeah, I think he's in that new timeline.
And then also, that's just how it's supposed to be. First Class, 1, 2, and 3. Days of Future Past, Apocalypse, the Wolverine origin, the 3 origin movies there, are kind of run before, and then Logan runs after all those events happen.
Yeah.
After that.
Well, Logan is with the Wolverine series, obviously. Anyway.
Yeah.
So.
And then the one that I'm excited for, that I keep, that I believe.
Dark Phoenix.
No.
Dark Phoenix.
The New Mutants.
Dark Phoenix.
Because that's supposed to be more of a horror movie with X-Men.
Speaking of horror movies with superheroes, have you seen what is it? Brightburn.
That one I'm interested in.
I'm interested in that one. I want to.
Because it's a complete spin on the Superman.
Evil Superman. Yeah.
Isn't Superman evil Superman? Thanks to Superman 3, one of those very
Shut
old
the fuck
Superman
up
movies.
Superman 3.
You want to hear about weird Tom?
We don't want to talk about Superman 3. No, but I'm excited for Brightburn. I'm also excited for Joker. Joaquin Phoenix.
I don't know. The Joker doesn't strike me much.
I love Joker as a character, and I love that like in the trailer we kind of see him being vigilante-sized. He's a vigilante, and people are like cheering for him. So I think that would be interesting to see, especially tying it into Batman. It's like maybe that's why he hates Batman, because the town turned on him when he came around.
But again, also one of the things you think about too, how old is Joaquin Phoenix supposed to be in that movie?
I don't know.
Because
in real life, he's really old.
Oh yeah, he's like God. What,
he's like
60, 70?
Yeah.
God, that's like if we put Donald Trump in a clown costume.
So just Donald Trump.
Exactly. Politics.
We talked about that after the thing last night. I got really heated with Alan because we were talking about the Mueller report, and I got heated. I got real hot.
Did you see Biden finally put his presidential election in?
Yeah, I mean that was expected.
Oh yeah. I brought it up earlier too. Ugh, I'm just.
Sup, fuckers? Hey, Landon.
Hey, Landon. Man. About time.
Yeah, like half an hour maybe away from ending.
Endgame.
Endgame was good. It's like the 7th time I've said it this podcast.
Oh, what other movies are coming up? You know what movie I saw recently?
Dark Phoenix.
I didn't see that one yet.
No one has.
Us.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't even watched Get Out. I've heard the Jordan Peele movies are great, but it's one of those that I worked. Well, don't work, okay?
Live like a bum.
Us is really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much, Get Out, I haven't seen Get Out, but I've seen a lot and know a lot about it. And pretty much Get Out is, with all the Jordan Peele movies so far, so the 2 of them, they're all suspense. Yeah, it's a suspense horror movie.
They're not really.
Yeah,
exactly. They're thrillers.
Which for me, thrillers are horror movies. I'll fight anyone.
They're different. They're a subgenre of horror.
Yeah, horror is very complicated.
Get Out is okay. That's what I've heard. I've heard Us is a lot better than Get Out. I've also heard vice versa.
One of my favorite scenes, though, I won't like spoil anything, but there's this family and they listen to "Good Vibrations" by the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
And they die. So you just hear, "I'm picking up good vibrations."
I love when movies do that. Like they have some weird upbeat, sometimes Bee Gees song playing, and then you're just getting
Bee Gees.
They missed an opportunity for staying alive.
You know, I know what we're doing. We're making
Are we gonna make a horror movie? Let's do a Car Krash Productions horror movie.
It'll be short. It'll be a short film, but it'll be. Well, can we make it like the Bee Gees survival horror movie?
I was gonna say something in the same vein as like Scream, with a Bee Gees soundtrack.
Or we just have the Bee Gees as a cat. They acted in Sgt. Pepper's.
Can we call the Bee Gees? Are the Bee
Gees one alive? That's alive?
Yeah, can we call
There's
the
one of them that I don't even think is the main Bee Gee.
The main Bee Gee.
The main Bee Gee. Well, I gotta look this up. Bee Gees, live, damn you, live.
Who the fuck said, "Damn son, you think"? I don't know. He didn't follow the channel. I don't know who he is.
Dead?
What?
I said Barry Gibb. Are you dead? Doesn't look like it. He's still alive. What about the other ones? Andy. No, you're not it.
They did.
Robin. No, he's dead. Okay, there's one more.
This is the part of the podcast where we look shit up on our phones, and we're very boring.
No, he's dead too. There's only Barry. Barry, come act in our.
Let's get a hold of him. Tell him that we're doing a Bee Gees horror movie. We'll tell him we're not gonna relive his traumatic memories of his friend's death in a new horror spin, and he'll definitely do it. But we're actually going to relive his friend's deaths in a new horrific murder spin.
So pretty much.
But don't tell him.
So pretty much, we're just gonna torture the poor man, like fucking Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
You know what I come to find out? The Evil Dead series had Sam Raimi direct it, right?
Yeah.
When Bruce Campbell's the main actor who played Ash, when he sprained his ankle on set, fucking Sam Raimi just kept poking him with a stick throughout the rest of the shoot.
Fucking Sam Raimi is great. There's a thing on Netflix now. It's Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Is it on Netflix now?
Yeah.
Fuck! Are the other movies on there?
No.
Ah!
I think it's just Ash.
I need to get the first. You want to talk about convoluted movies? Each film in the Evil Dead series, you don't need to watch the other one beforehand.
The Evil Dead is where that whole this is my boomstick came from.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah.
So the way it works
I don't care.
is you have the first Evil Dead.
I didn't ask.
Which has like a group of kids go to a cabin, freaky shit happens, the main guy lives, and then he gets hit at the very end. Then in the second one, the Evil Dead 2.
I'm gonna do some light reading.
No, go ahead. It turns into what is it?
Steve left Blue's Clues on this day in 2002.
Rest in peace, Dead Steve.
He's not dead.
He's not.
He's gone on record multiple times that he's not dead.
He worked with the Arctic fucking Monkeys. Are you kidding me? Or Flaming Lips. Those ones.
It wasn't Arctic Monkeys.
But anyway, in an episode, damn it, Evil Dead 2, it's fucking.
It's fucking.
It's fucking.
He's not dead.
Evil Dead 2, it turns from it retcons the first one by instead of having a whole group of people, it's just Ash and his girlfriend. And then they stir it up. And then he gets hit by a motorcycle. The whole event happens there. And then he gets sucked into a portal, kills a deadite, and he, Steve... What? Steve-L Dead. Yeah, Steve-L Dead.
Steve
That's
Dead.
another movie we got to do. A Blue's Clues movie trailer as the Evil Dead.
Steve-L Dead.
Landon, you can help write a script for that. But the third one, Army of Darkness, retcons the second movie by instead of him having a hero chant, he's taken prisoner. And all the events happen, so on and so forth, this happens. The remake happens, and it's a requel.
A requel?
Where it's a remake
of a prequel?
And a sequel.
Ah.
Because it supposedly takes place 30 years after the original, where where the book can manipulate all the time and space and stuff like that to make events happen. Mm-hmm. And so it happens with a new cast of characters going through, and this happens, and then any of that happens. And then Ash vs. Evil Dead happens. That's what it is.
Gotcha.
So if you want to watch that, you just need to watch one film, and you're good. It's just still Evil Dead.
He just killed a zombie. Wait. He just killed a zombie. We just killed a zombie. We just killed a zombie. Shot him with a gun. Landon, are you okay?
Blue. We need to look for clues.
Oh,
puts paw on the.
He just killed a zombie.
Yeah.
We just killed a
puts
zombie.
Puts paw on Necronomicon. We found a clue. Oh God, dude, you gotta get it. You know, as you do.
As you do. Well, okay, Grace is busy, so we can do the Minecraft thing. But we'll have to run to Best Buy. Yeah. We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
It's more like a book, and now we're gonna die.
Oh! Hey, Landon, you should try to get your Minecraft working, because Patrick and I and Cub are gonna try and do a You Dead hardcore survival. So get your Minecraft for PC working.
And don't slow ours down.
And don't slow ours down.
So.
I thought you were pointing at me.
There was another thing I had.
Fuck, okay.
What was I gonna say? There was another. What are other movie? Kate and I recently also saw 5 Feet Apart. The Cole Sprouse
I
movie.
wanted to see that one. That one looked good.
I cried.
Yeah, I think that one is one.
I'm a
that makes
bitch.
me cry.
I'm a bitch. I cry in movies. I'll proudly admit that. But anyway, it's more of a drama, like a medical drama, on the sense of they live with diseases stuck in a hospital.
Would you call it a medical drom-com?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would.
I was like,
what did he say?
Oh, he said
Detective Pikachu. That one I want to see. That one seems interesting.
I seen the ad for it when I was at Endgame, and I was like, this is so fucking stupid. I'm gonna go watch it, but it's so fucking stupid.
It's Ryan Reynolds. 9 times or 8 times.
I know it's gonna be good. Like,
7 times
funny.
out of 10, you can't go wrong with him.
Green Lantern, Deadpool, in X-Men, or in Wolverine. You can usually, yeah, you're right. It's like 7 out of 10.
Proposal. It's him and someone else.
Oh yeah, that's
the Amityville horror remake with him.
Oh yeah. What other movies are coming out? I mean, Dark Phoenix, that I keep saying. That one looks good. I'm excited for that one. What?
I have like a little devil horn sticking up.
So yeah, that one.
Have you seen any good TV shows recently?
I've been binging season 2 of Riverdale on Netflix. Now that fucking Luke Perry's dead.
I know! Kate told me that. I'm like, you're joking. I saw all over Facebook. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? He was one of the best parts of Riverdale.
Landon, we already talked about the Joker.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I started watching that. Season 2
is weird.
It's weird. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
I enjoyed it.
I'm enjoying it, but it's a lot of back and forth of like, why the fuck are you doing this? Why the fuck are you doing this? What the fuck, Archie?
You could summarize Riverdale as, what the fuck, Archie? He's not even... He's supposed to be the main character.
It's supposed to be the good guy.
For the people that just show up randomly, the people that will watch this 50 years from now on the YouTube channel, what Riverdale is based off the Archie comics, and Archie's the main character of the comics. Where in the show, he's pretty much a side point that just... You want to punch in the face.
Well, it's like... I'm enjoying. I enjoyed this whole Lodges and Archie subplot for a while.
Yeah.
And then it kept going.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is cool.
How far are you on it?
I'm almost done with the season.
Yeah, it's still going.
And it's still going. And it's like, oh, this is cool. Like, I like this darker side of Archie. Working for the evil Lodges. Oh, we're like 2 episodes away, and we're still doing this. Oh my God, we're still doing, like, it's just, oh.
Nope. What?
Shazam looks like stupid dumb. Archie comics is
Archie.
Archie
Shazam,
comics are connected to everything.
Shazam is actually, from what I've heard, actually really funny. It's
I'm
like the Jumanji, the second Jumanji, where everyone's like, "Oh, this is stupid. Why are they doing it?" And then everyone watches like, "This is actually really fucking funny."
I mean, Shazam is stupid. That's the point of it. It's a kid.
He's a kid as a superhero.
That gets. He's not even turns into an adult superhero. He's a kid in an adult superhero body. Like, it's stupid, and they know that.
And it works, from what I've heard.
Yeah. What other... I've been watching...
Sonic, yeah, that just... Kill it with fire.
I'm done.
Please boycott that.
I don't ever want to watch that Sonic movie. They gave him fucking calves.
I'm standing. Marching band calves. There's also... what was another one?
I've been trying to think... I've literally been watching Riverdale, that pretty much. So.
Kate recently bought the Avatar box set.
I need to get back
The Last Airbender. So I finished the water book. I'm like 1 disc into the 5 discs of the Earth one. Mm-hmm. I've always enjoyed Avatar, but I've never like seen the whole series.
Right. I watched episode of it, like bits and pieces of it, but I never sat down to actually watch it. And I need to get back into it because I love that show.
Yeah, it's a good show. There's another show. Kate. My friend Kate and I went to his house. Yeah.
Wow, that's
the god amongst us all.
You got something you want to talk about?
We went to his house and we played Smash for a good long time, and then he's like, "Okay, I want you to watch the first episode of this because I really like it. Our other friend really likes it."
Is it Castlevania?
No.
Okay.
Castlevania is one that I really enjoy though.
Because Simon's in that, so I thought you were leading into a Castlevania talk.
He showed me the first episode of Lucifer, which is on Netflix.
Oh, is that the one with Idris Elba?
I
no,
don't think so.
No, that's the other thing.
But anyway, it's pretty much the devil doesn't like just chilling in hell, buys a bar in the real world and acts as a bartender and like the main guy there.
That's what I want. I want to watch that one too.
I really liked that first episode. Kate went ahead and just binge watched the series without me. I'm like,
can you blame her?
And there's a lot of cool things. Like she showed me a moment from it where he's playing piano and sings All Along the Watchtower.
Mm-hmm. Landon said Stranger Things 3. Is that out yet?
No, that comes out I believe June or July.
Oh, June or July. Mm-hmm. I thought they released that in October.
Also, one of my favorite things I've been listening to from the trailer of it, they have Baba O'Reilly by The Who playing,
obviously,
and they had a cover of it obviously for the trailer. So it's a lot of bwah, 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 like big moments and horns. I've been listening to just that sound, just that song from that trailer so many times because it's so good. Honestly, I really enjoy it. I'm really pumped for it because aren't they in high school now? Is that what the big thing was?
I don't remember what it is now. I like at the end of season. I honestly can't remember season 2 at all.
Season 2's weird.
It's so weird and it like I can't remember it. I gotta go back and watch that.
Yeah,
one.
season 2 pretty much spoilers, kind of. What else did he say?
You just did this sound effect from Dramatic Chipmunk.
Bwah, bwah, bwah. But it's pretty much after the first one where 11 gets taken with the Demogorgon and stuff like that. There's 2 separate timelines we watch. One with Finn still trying to connect with 11, losing someone, and the other kids meet this one ginger kid who's a girl. The fat one and the black one, like, so they go after her pretty much. Huh?
There's no fat one.
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
the guy that just Dustin.
Dusty. Dusty.
Dusty. That's my friend Walter.
That's your friend Christian.
No, he's Spaz.
He's Limp Dick Boy.
Limp Dick Boy. And then the other timeline is 11 with the sheriff. Oh. And then the third one technically as well.
As, like, different.
They're not. They're different like things that happen at the same moment.
Oh, okay.
So they're split. So it's think of it as this in episode 3 always goes back to Star Wars, where we follow Anakin and all that stuff alongside Obi-Wan. Yeah. And so it's like the cop and 11, all the kids, and then the agency, the government agency thing. And then it all collides where they finally all get together and fight the guys again. And they seal up the hole and 11's still there, and she goes to the snowball.
They went to the snowball! That was my whole thing at the end of season 1. I was like, they were gonna go to the snowball! Yeah, I was so happy when they did it. Like, I started laughing to myself when they did that. He was like, they went to the snowball! They brought it full circle! But yeah, so that's coming out. When that comes out, I'm gonna be AWOL for a few days. I'm waiting on fucking Black Mirror season 4, season 5.
Good luck.
Because if they fucking release another goddamn Choose Your Own Adventure, I'm done. Fucking Bandersnatch was awful. I fucking hated Bandersnatch, and it pisses me off that that's all the Black Mirror we got for that year. Because you can choose any path you want. Fuck you. I got the Netflix ending on my first run through, and fuck you.
I got the Netflix ending.
Bandicoot. Yes, fucking Black Mirror Bandicoot.
Black Mirror Bandicoot. Oh my Jesus.
I think on that note we should end it.
there was another couple shows that I've been watching though that I wanted to talk about. It'll get to me, don't worry.
Is it gonna get to you in 9 minutes?
Maybe.
I don't think it's gonna get to him in 9 minutes.
I don't think it is either.
Whoa!
Yeah, Crash kind of mowed me out of here.
Yeah.
But yeah, New Mutants. Going back to that, I really want to watch that. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Mm-mm.
One of the things they have playing in that is Another Brick in the Wall. Part 2, I should say. Part 2.
Part 2.
One of the
Part 2.
Okay, so going back to something that happened to me, because it's all about me, don't you know, Tubby.
This is my room. This is my channel.
I will piss on your bed and claim it as my own. Bitch. Speaking of
Is that
bitch,
harassment? Can I sue you for harassment
Speaking
now?
of bitch.
I think I can sue him for harassment now.
Before I go, no, I'll do my thing, then I'll have to go back to that. Okay, so.
You'll do your thing, and then you'll go back to your thing.
Yes. So, my instrumentation class that I took, our final exam was to arrange a piano piece for the wind ensemble, and the wind ensemble would play it. My one friend chose the most avant-garde piece, and it's French opera, or like piece and stuff like that. So it's called like Bagatelle, Op 6, number 2. So every time I'd say it, I'm like, oh, you're doing Bagatelle, Op 6, number 2.
I like that you say 6 in English. But
Yeah, right? Number 2.
Number 2.
This is funny. Anyway, the other thing, Epic Rap Battles, the history is back.
Again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of that. Like, I think I haven't watched anything they've done since middle school.
I wasn't gonna. Okay,
maybe
I find it interesting.
Maybe once in a while there'll be one that's like, all right, I'll watch it. But
the newest one,
I just don't care with the back.
The newest one they have is Freddy Krueger versus Wolverine, and it is really funny to me because obviously I know a lot about Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
And then knowing it, because the only movies of the X-Men franchise I've watched, other than like the first generation or whatever the one was called with Kevin Bacon, was the X-Men one. So Origins, The Wolverine, and then Logan.
The Wolverine.
That's what it's called. This is that one. And so like seeing how they play it out, the way it works is Freddy Krueger goes first, does his thing. Wolverine in the yellow spandex costume goes. Then it goes back to Freddy, who tortures him and it turns out Wolverine's in a dream. He wakes up in a room, and he's in like his Logan form, and he like just searches the room frantically, and it has a bunch of like the classic Freddy Krueger shots and stuff like that. Mm. So I actually enjoy it mostly because of the inside jokes. So.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if what we're getting after this is gonna be good enough. So.
Landon, for you, Trey recently bought a mixer. We did an unboxing at the very beginning of this video.
Go back and watch it.
Go back and watch it on our YouTube channel, Car Krash Productions, where we have life tips with Trey, behind the tips with Trey,
there it is.
Not behind Trey's tip. Don't go there. Please don't go there.
I highly recommend you don't go there.
0 out of 10, no stars.
Would not go again.
We have life tips. The podcast gets uploaded there, and then other little things here and there. Speaking of
Landon
bitch.
just said speaking of bitch and never went on with that. So
probably just making fun of how I'm like speaking of bitch.
Oh yeah, probably.
But yeah, so like I enjoy the Epic Rap Battles. I just find it interesting. I'm not much for rap anymore, thanks to middle school. And so I stick to rock and all that stuff that we've talked about before. Obviously, I've been kind of dabbling in modern music. We talked about that a little bit earlier as well. But we went through and want to just say, gotcha, bitch.
And bitch. Yeah, that noise I made was very not manly.
You're not manly though. That's what I thought.
Okay, so I only need one. Okay.
Sick. But yeah, so follow Car Krash Productions. We have some ideas in the works that come the next few weeks. We're gonna film and soon upload.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited.
I am too.
We gotta get John Reed, because Christian and I have a lot of film ideas for John Reed.
Just John Reed?
Just John Reed. Well, me, him, and John Reed. That we wrote for us, because we know how we interact in a group.
Do you want me to film it?
One of them we might. One of them you could be a teacher in. We have a school skit.
So okay, cool.
And then one of them we'll just set up a dash cam or a GoPro or something, because it's a car thing.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we'll have you in a couple.
Well, wait.
Landon said,
Kate's here.
Depressed barista. Love when the host reads a book. So entertaining. Shut the fuck up. I can't read.
There's the disembodied voice. Back in real no action.
Yeah, where have you been? I've had to do all the edits and things on this podcast myself.
There are some Ed Game spoilers, so be careful, Kate.
Yeah. If you go back and watch this, there are some endgame spoilers.
They're very vague.
They're vague, but they're also like, if you're smart enough,
you've
been watching the series, you'll pick up on them. But we have done very well at exclaiming, "We're spoiling things." Like because I hate when people spoil shit for me. I got Infinity War spoiled for me, so don't flip me off. I made it very clear. All right. I think on that note, though, we are going to end it. Mm-hmm. This is about 2 hour mark. Well, hour 57, but So thank you guys, everybody who stopped by.
Follow us on Twitter. Our handles are at the bottom.
At the bottom.
Bottom.
Follow us on Car Krash Productions YouTube channel. Follow my YouTube channel as well, just because I put shit on there. But mostly, yeah, Patrick said follow our Twitters. Those are going to be important. I will tweet out when a lot of things go out, especially coming up recently. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I've been Trey.
I've been Patrick.
And this has...
Thanks for the gesture.
You're welcome. And this has been Anything and Everything, episode 11. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out.